Hi everyone, I'm Sweet Melba. Welcome to Sunday on the Porch. Thanks for joining me. So, quiet moments, I need quiet moments in my life. And, I have, at the time they don't seem all that important, but, over time I've realized just how important they are in my life, that there are some key components of quiet time that I've had in my life that have really provided a lot of insight, calmness, and a lot of perspective, just time to think. For me, quiet moments are just really an opportunity to reconnect, to kind of contemplate different things. And I've just found a lot of contentment over the years in these various aspects that kind of reoccur for me and that I've really made time for in my life. And sharing some stories around some of these quiet components of my life. And hopefully, it'll have you reflect on some that have been important in your life as well. So, I look forward to sharing with you, and I'm glad you joined me. In looking back for me, I've realized that, the simple things, the simple times in my life have been very important in that it's provided me time to not have any distractions. Just, me, my thoughts, or conversations with loved ones during these different activities that have really been, again, quiet moments for me. And they're the kind of activities that looking back, that I go back to pretty regularly. And it's the memories connected to those of just, again, important conversations or insights or time to just really kind of compose my thoughts and where I think I'm going and why that's the right direction. So it's been those simple living type moments that have, I think, really contributed a lot to my life. One of those important moments for me, and I've had this throughout my life, and this is one that really comes back a lot, is spending time sitting by the fire and in my home or in my parents' home. And it's just an opportunity, again, for no distractions to, be able to have, conversations with individuals, my parents, stories that they share at that time, or considerations of where we're going, or why moving in this particular direction makes a lot of sense. And it's just peaceful to me, and watching the fire, and it just creates a quiet time. I think just the fire in and of itself is kind of hypnotic for a lot of us, I think. My husband jokes about me watching the Yule log channel on cable. I just enjoy having that in the background. Our home now doesn't have a wood burning fireplace. It's a gas, but it still provides that atmosphere of the fire burning. And that's just one of the things that I really do love, spending time by the fire and considering different things in my life. So that's one of these quiet, still moments repeatedly throughout my life that has really been important. And a lot of, you know, personal conversations with family members that really I remember to this day. So, yeah, just a really important quiet time for me. Another one is being outside, and in particular, I've talked a little bit about in my previous videos of my dad's side of the family being in Alabama, and our family having property there where various family members live. And I recall, spending lots of time with my grandma and grandpa, my aunts and uncles, and my cousins. But one of the things that, again, just I always want to do when I'm there is take a walk to the ponds. And it's probably about to get down there, maybe a slow 15-minute walk down there. And it's usually other family members are there as well. But it's just very quiet, in the sense that you're around nature, but we're talking. So it's not quiet in that sense, but it just creates an environment to, again, share stories, to tell family stories, and just the history of our family, our roots there in Alabama, and the importance of being on the land there and our family property, which, as I've mentioned previously, is a very simple country living. It's not fancy by any stretch, but I just love doing that. And we typically would walk to the ponds after a meal. Or if we were going to go down and visit one of my uncles lives down towards the end where the ponds are, whereas everybody else is kind of up on the hill. But walking to the ponds for me is just a great time with family and something that just allows me to reconnect with our family history, my relatives, and our family property there. And so that is something that every vacation that I've been on, I've made several trips, and I just really enjoy doing that. And I continue to do that. My husband and I went back for a visit last year, and we've made a couple trips to the pond. It's just really a beautiful scenery and great time together. And I think my husband's come to love that quiet time, that simple time with family, uh, just being in nature and reflecting on the space that we're in. So another great impactful component of my life is time walking to the ponds. And another being outside. For me, I really enjoy raking leaves. And, I think it comes with that time of year, obviously, and that, autumn is my favorite time of the year. So, again, I love just being in the outdoor environment when it is fall. But it kind of has a connection to the whole changing of season and reflecting on this next phase that you're going into for the year and thinking about, what you've done earlier in the year and what's you're looking forward to. And so it just kind of coincides, I think, for me in that connection to that seasonal change and the thoughts that we have towards the end of the year. But I just really enjoy being out in that environment in my yard, raking the leaves. It's typically just me, and that's fine. I really prefer that. It just, hearing the birds, and even when it's cold and windy, sometimes I still go out there and rake the leaves. We've got several trees, so it kind of can keep me busy. But again, it's just a great opportunity for me to be quiet, to just listen to the environment that might inspire a thought, or for me to really reflect on what I've done this year and what I'm looking forward to and going into the holidays with family activities and family traditions. So, just a simple time, simple living component of my life that really provides a lot of reflection and I don't know, rejuvenation, I think, in some respect, of being in that environment outside. Raking leaves too, for me, it's, you're cleaning a space again. It kind of fits with this whole, reflecting and whatnot. Uh it just is an it just surrounds you in all these different components of, a daily task that's simple, but the enjoyment of getting the opportunity to just spend time outside and with yourself and your thoughts, it's just, I think, just a wonderful opportunity. So if you enjoy doing that, I'd love to hear your comments as well, because I think it's something a lot of us enjoy doing. So I really do enjoy the raking of leaves. And when we've had pets, our pets help in the process too. And so that's fun. It's just brings back so many memories, and I love to be out. And I'm not done yet for this year, so I'm still working on the leaves. So a lot more opportunities for me to have some quiet time doing that. And the other activity that I just really enjoy doing that is quiet time for me in most cases is looking at old photographs, printed photographs, not on my phone. It's totally different when you're looking at old photographs, whether those are old previous generation photographs or activities that me and my brother or my family did growing up, or photos more recent of things me and my husband have done. I just really enjoy doing that. And that's part of my career path, in that I work with historical documents and photographs. And it just provides, again, a recollection, a reconnection to previous activities, reminders of fun activities and pivotal moments or experiences that I've had in my life, but also my family members and my ancestors, and remembering where my family came from and how I kind of got where I'm at. And so for me, spending time going through photographs is, again, a very quiet time. It's a very simple activity, but it provides and has provided so much insight and, again, reconnection for me in my life. So it is, again, one of those key activities that I continue to go back to, just time with memories and people, and those in the photographs, and fun times and things I remember about those activities with them. So, just a really great, quiet, simple activity that can provide so much comfort and insight, and reflection. And I really enjoy doing that. So, I do that at least once, a couple times a year. And unfortunately, I think there's so many now that we don't print those photographs out. But I make a point of taking or uploading my photographs from trips and printing them out and go picking them up at the store. They're so inexpensive. But holding a photograph, new or old, I think is so incredibly important. And a lot of times you see things in a photograph that maybe you didn't see before. And those photographs are kind of that quick visual reference of where you've been in your life, what you've accomplished, where you were as that little girl or little boy in that photograph, and thinking about where you're at now in your life. It's just an important visual and reconnection to those activities in your life. And I think it's a great opportunity for all of us, young or old, to do something like that. So, again, a simple activity that I have consistently done in my life that has really provided a lot of grounding for me, a lot of connection, and important memories of activities, family members, and special experiences in my life. So, a very important quiet activity for me that I always enjoy doing. So, as I've said, these quiet moments and activities have something, these are the ones that have reoccurred throughout my entire life and that I continue to go back to. So, what have I learned from that? It's, again, the simple activities that give so much meaning, clarity, and insight into our life, that they're important things for me to continue to do in my life. And I try and make time for that as often as I can. There's a slowness in those activities as well. And again, I think that lends an opportunity for our minds not to be distracted by other things and different thoughts, and remembering different activities come to mind when you're in quiet, simple spaces like that. And I think that's really been important for me to reconnect and to have that peace and, again, clarity in my life for so many different things, whether that's family, work, relationships, future goals, and things of that nature. So, again, very important for me. And I think these moments are have been important for me, and maybe for you as well, in that it's not about having a perfect life. It's looking back and thinking about what matters most in our life. And these activities that I've talked about, sitting by the fire, going for walks to the pond or just outside, really, raking leaves and going through old photographs, uh, those are just treasured memories for me, and so many different thoughts and connections with family members and my goals and dreams, that those don't get lost in our day-to-day activities. So taking those quiet times is really important for me, and it may be for you as well. And if you don't have a lot of opportunity for that, I think we have to make time for that when we have busy lives. But again, it's not about being perfect. It's about thinking about and remembering what's most important in our lives. So I hope that my stories today maybe reminded you of quiet moments in your life and how they've been important in showing you how simple things can contribute so much to our life. They certainly have in my case, and I'm very appreciative of that. And again, making time in our schedules and our daily life to have these moments as frequently as we can. I think it just gives us all a sense of peace. It lets our mind be quiet. So we maybe hear something we didn't because of all the other activities or thoughts going through our head. Um, it's just, I think, an important part in our lives. And I hope that you'll find time to do that. And again, that some of my stories today maybe have reminded you some of the important, quiet, simple moments in your life that you look forward to each day or as frequently as you can, and making time for that going forward. And if you've enjoyed the conversation today and the stories or some of my other videos, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and join me. This is really the focus of my channel. I reflect on things here on my porch that have been important in my life. So again, I hope you'll like the video today, maybe share it with friends or family, and subscribe to the channel. So I thank you for joining me today for Sunday on the Porch. And I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. And hopefully the weather is going to hold out a little bit. It's a little chilly today, as you can see, but Thanksgiving's coming up. We're looking forward to seeing family. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And again, I'll see you next Sunday for Sunday on the Porch. I'm Sweet Melba. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.